Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela. And I was tooling around YouTube and found Candy Soul and Soil. Had done a couple of different hashtags, and so I thought I'd jump on the bandwagon. It's the Anatomy of a Deck collection, and she's doing each one she does. There's like a part 1 and a part 2 so far. Part 1 is unused decks, and then there's 10 prompts for each one. And I'm going to give you guys a disclaimer. First of all, these are decks I'm going to show you that I have used. Some more than others. I have shown all of them on my channel. I've done walkthroughs of all of them on my channel. I've at least shuffled and drew a card from all of these decks. So none of them are something that I haven't used. And then the other thing is I'm never going to get rid of them. I know there's decks that I have that I'm not probably going to use. And there's various reasons why. Unfortunately, none of those made this list. I mean, I've used them more than the ones that are on this list. Yeah. So anyway, I'm not going to use them anymore because of various reasons. But the ones on this list, I've rarely used. I have shown them quite often on my channel, whether they're just beautiful or what, because they're all stunning. But I'm just doing her 10 prompts, and then I do have one more that I didn't see on the additional prompts today on her channel. When you go into her video, she shows new prompts other people have added. So I'm adding one. I'm not doing all the other ones. I'm just doing the 10 she did. And then because I've been working too hard to even come up with my own, I just come up with this one while I was looking over the questions. So I'm throwing it in. So for question 1, and this is for the Anatomy of a Deck Collection, part 1, unused decks. And there's 10, she had 10 reasons, and then a deck for each, and some more than others. So for number 1, and I had a hard time with this one, the restriction kickback, panic buying or binging. So it's a deck that you just, if I don't get it now, I'm never going to get it. And I had a hard time with this one because all of my, I take, since deck 3 or 4 when I got, and I've got a lot more in my collection now. Like we're talking probably 200-300 at this point. It's ridiculous. So very early on, I realized I can't just be binge buying. So I've always tried to buy, especially after my first deck when I didn't resonate with it. I started at that point taking my time with decks. But this one is The Lost Tarot of Nostradamus by John Matthews with Will Kingham, and it's by Total Publishing. It's a 2-part box, and this was like $10 on Amazon, super cheap. It's a 2-part box, which I hate these boxes because, as you can see, they're all over the place. And this could actually go in another category because it seems to be a different kind of system. It may be Rider-Waite-Smith, but everything is renamed. The cardstock is what I would think of as like indie quality. It's weird. I can't, yeah, this is the way it goes. But there's the star or the majors. Actually, I think this is Prophetess. I haven't used this hardly at all. Like I said, I've shuffled, I pulled a card with it. That's about it. But it's one of those decks that I'm just like, oh, I need this deck in my life. And then when I saw it on sale, see, this is the spheres. And then we have the stars back there. The moons. It's all renamed different. The Alchemist, the Astrologer. This actually could go in a couple decks. But when I saw this deck, I'm like, I need this deck in my life. And I wanted it, and then I saw it on sale, and I'm like, I have to get it now. I'm never going to be able to get it, afford it, because I had been seeing this deck places, but it was like $50, $60 at the time. And I'm like, And I paid like $10 on Amazon. So I don't know if I just got, somebody was just trying to charge crazy amounts for it or what, but to me, it is a $10 deck. The cardstock is beautiful, but it doesn't feel, it feels like a cheaply made deck despite that. But that's one of them, one of very few that I'm just like, I need it in my life right now, and I just bought it. And then I've never used it. So number 2 is, it's a completely different system. And I actually have 2. One is the original Aleister Crowley Thoth. I actually got this in a bundle with a bunch of other used decks from a friend. It's original backs. The artwork is stunning. It's just not my cup of tea. I do have a couple decks, the New Chapter Tarot and the Journey of the Sacred Bee, that are, I'm told, are Thoth decks. I love them. They're in my top 10 of all time favorite decks. Maybe top 15. I just can't get on with this one. I don't know why. The coloring is beautiful. The cards are beautiful. I don't use it. And I don't know if it's because it just says Aleister Crowley Thoth and it's like the official Thoth deck, and there's no book with this one. I think it's supposed to come with the book, but it didn't. And then we have, which is the Tarot Cyrene. Can't read that. It's a Marseille deck. I had, and it's like card, like regular card size. It's stunning. 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 I had to have this deck. I hemmed and hawed on it for 2 years. Finally whipped up the courage, I think this year, to get this deck, or the end of last year. I haven't really used it. Don't know why, just haven't used it. And it's stunning. It's beautiful. I do have 2 other Marseille decks that I use all the time. I do read decks intuitively, so I don't read systems. I don't read Thoth or Marseille in the traditional way. I have a few Lenormand. I don't use them in the traditional way either, because I read intuitively. I read what comes to mind, and normally that's all we need to go off of. So, sorry. That was number 2. Oh my God, we're only number 2. So number 3, saving it for best. And this is decks that we're saving for the queen to come or something. I don't know. But I have the Oak Ash and Thorn and the Smoke Ash and Embers. This Smoke Ash and Embers, this Oak Ash and Thorn. I love these decks. I show them off all the time. They're by Adam Ohlers. Just stunning. He's the artist. And there's just a gorgeous cards. The problem is they are like my precious babies. I have used them for week ahead spreads on occasion. I've used them for other things. I haven't used them as often as I thought I would when I got them. The cardstock is thicker. They're stunning decks. I love them. They have my heart. Look at that. They're all about nature and gorgeous. They're stunning. But because they're indie decks, I am very precious with them. So I don't use them as often as I would like, simply because they're indie decks. They're more expensive. Now, if I want an Adam Ohlers fix, he does have a mass market Llewellyn deck. I think it's with Barbara Moore. I'm terrible with names, sorry. And it's Soul Cats Tarot. Beautiful, stunning artwork. It does not disappoint. I used it all the time. And I think just because it was a $20 deck, I can get it anytime I want. Versus these where I can't readily. I don't want to pay for these again when they were much more expensive than a $20 deck. And they're worth it. But, yeah. If I had to, I would buy these again. But I treat them more preciously because they're indie decks, I think. And that's why they're my precious. So I don't use them as often as I should be using them. I should get over that. So, that is number 3. Oh my god. Number 4, it's Too Needy. A deck that... You guys are going to kill me, too. A deck that is going to require some time and patience, which is Wisdom Tarot. This is published by Hay House. I just don't have the energy right now for this deck. Because it feels like it's requiring much more of me than I just have to give. It's a gorgeous deck, don't get me wrong. The cardstock is beautiful. Actually, that could be a little thinner, but the cards are beautiful. I edged them in this beautiful dark blue to match the backs. They felt very unfinished. Everything's renamed in this deck, and I think that's the issue I'm having. Truly. Because I do love this deck. It's gorgeous. I will use it eventually. I'm just, right now, I don't have the time to sit down and really learn this new way of this deck. And it's stunning. Stunning. So that is the Witch's Wisdom, number 4. I'm picking up the pace because I'm almost 12 minutes in, and I've still got several categories. So number 5, Cardstock Snobbery. The only deck I thought of. My True Black Tarot. I was dying when I found out I could get this deck still. I wanted it so bad. Look at the backs. It's a stunning... It's got this rose petal finish on it. The deck is stunning. It's got these different things in it. This cardstock keeps me from using this more than I should. Because it's this rose petal finish. They tend to stick together. They tend to bend. See how that's bent really bad? I've tried everything to get them to bend back. They won't. I've been told they do, but I can't get mine to bend back. It's a stunning, stunning deck. And I know everybody, damn near everybody out there has this deck. So they know exactly what I'm talking about. This is one of my favorite death cards. Look at that. Just gorgeous, gorgeous deck. It's one of those that I was just dying to get when I found out I could actually get it. Because they had stopped making it for a minute. And it was at the time that I had found out about it. And I'm like... And then when I found out it was available again, I was like, I need it. I gotta get it. And I got it. And then I rarely use it. Because of the cardstock. FOMO. Fear of missing out. Druidcraft Tarot. Paid $15 for this. Brand new. Actually I'm pretty sure Spirit was like, you need to buy this deck. I've still not used it. I've pulled a card or 2 from it. That's about it. Huge cards. It is gorgeous, gorgeous. It should be something that's right up my alley. I don't get it. But I have a almost visceral reaction to this deck because I had dreams of this deck, of someone saying, you need to buy this deck right now. So it's almost like I'm a child and I'm like, I don't want to. But I still bought it. I took the step and the time to buy it. Even though, it was on sale when I got it. It was $15. But this is the fear of missing out, which is the only reason I got it when I did. Because at the time, I wasn't seeing it anywhere. And I'm like, oh my God, it's about to go on, be out of print. And I thought it was going to be, so I bought it. And it's still available. But if I had known it would still be available, I wouldn't have bought it when I bought it. And I bought it this year just because I had something or someone in my dreams haunting me saying, buy this deck. And I'm like, I don't want to. So I think that's part of why I'm refusing to use it now, because I'm just like that little kid that's being told I can't have something and I want to do it. So that's where we're at with the Druidcraft. Number 7, YouTube Made Me Do It. This is all on Tarot Oracle. I saw his channel, the Elemental Wisdom Tarot. And all the decks I have here, this is probably the one I do use the most. It has the same rose petal finish as the True Black Tarot, but it's much softer. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous deck. It's the reason I'm going to get eventually the new Slavic Tarot that just came out because it's Taroteca Studios. This one does not have a book. They keep saying there's going to be a book. There's no book. It's stunning. And I have used it, like I said, more than any deck I have in this category, or in this video. I've used it a lot. I mean, a lot more than... Yeah, there's the Slavic Tarot coming out now. I used it a lot more than the rest of these cards, and it's stunning. I'm just... yeah, I saw Tarot Oracle, and I'm like, I need that deck in my life. And I bought it. And then I've used it, just not as much as I thought I would. So now we have number 8, Collector's Gene. We have 2 decks for this. I have the Tarot Apocalypsis. This is the second deck to the Tarot Illuminati, which is the deck I learned on. And I'm like, I have to get both decks. Like, I had to get this one because I had the other one. It's a stunning deck. I just haven't really used it. Every image in this is a god or goddess, which is also going to be one of those decks that takes work, because there's more to it than just a regular, like, RWS. Look at that Hermit. I mean, that's my favorite Hermit ever. Gorgeous. That is the Tarot Tarot Apocalypsis. And it's just, yeah. And then we got the Wisdom of the Sacred Bee Oracle. This is the only Oracle deck in here. The Tarot of the Secret, or the Wisdom of the Sacred Bee Tarot, with that gilding. Stunning. Is one of my top 5 favorite decks ever. And I just haven't, and I was like, I have to get this one. And I also have the third one on pre-order, which he said will be the third and final deck, which is an RWS version of the Wisdom of the Sacred Bee Tarot. I love both decks. I just haven't used this one like I thought I would. I still tend to use the Journey of the Sacred Bee more. Okay, so now we got, oh my gosh, number 9. I missed the season, so that would be my Mystic Fairy Tarot. I love this deck. I've even edged it. And I've done a couple readings with it. I actually did a medium mystic reading with it. It came out very interesting. It's beautiful. It's very fall-like to me, though. Even though to me it should be a spring deck. And maybe that's really the issue that I'm having with it, is which season do I use it in? I'm not a person that uses decks seasonally, but I feel like this one should have a place in either spring or fall, and I don't know which. So you guys tell me, how do you use this deck? Because I've let both seasons go by without using this deck, and I bought it this year, so, or the very end of last year, one of the two. Okay, 2 left. So number 10, which is the last of her options, Overabundance. And I said the Baroque Tarot. I haven't really used it. I got it this year. It's gorgeous. But it is a straight up RWS deck. And I just have so many. Gold gilding. Freaking beautiful. Gorgeous backs. I just have so many of this deck that I'm just like... But it's stunning. The coloring's different. It's beautiful. I just haven't really used it because I'm like, I don't want to reach for an RWS because it is straight up RWS, right? From what we're seeing here. It's gorgeous, but it's an RWS. And I feel like that to me is an overabundance tower. Beautiful, beautiful deck though. I will eventually use it. If I reach for an RWS, it's usually not this one. Maybe it's also got a Precious thing going because it was a indie deck also, and it was not cheap. Last question, my question. So, unused deck, the reason why I don't use it, no book. This came from Make Playing Cards. It's Third Eye Ascension Tarot, I think it's called. I edged it in black. The black bled horribly. I love Make Playing Cards cardstock. They shuffle amazing. It is a newer, more modern, yet strange deck, which is totally up my alley. I bought this like 3 years ago. I've used it maybe 4 times. because there's no book. There's nothing to say why they picked the images. And this is one of the few decks I have that, because for the longest, I didn't even read the books in my decks. But this is one of few that I'm like, I would not have minded a book with it because some of the images I don't get. And so for that, I don't use it. But look at that shuffle. I mean, let's make playing cards for you. It's amazing. Anyway, let's drop a card. 6 of Swords. Moving on to a better day. Anyway, that's my VR to Candy, Soul, and Soil part 1 of the Anatomy of a Deck Collection, Unused Decks. I would love to see you guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And stay tuned for part 2. You have a good night.